We are just about live, or maybe we are live. I think we technically are live, but
We're
I'm waiting.
live.
I'm waiting for the little bar to finish rising, and then I have to mute YouTube quickly. Otherwise, I'll get weird feedback. Okay, we're here.
Hello. We're live
We
from
are.
Bev's kitchen and from Bev's living room. I guess it's Murray's living room, as you can see.
Yeah, that's what my kids would say about that part of the house. They would respect that sovereignty.
Yeah, we are here in the Holy Land, the Holy House, as they say, the Goldbergs' house for a live stream. Welcome back to another Golden Nerds podcast, but this time it's a Golden Nerds live stream. So, hello.
Hello, virtually hello, Schmoopaloos. Virtual hello, Schmoopaloos. I don't know. I'm so excited that I'm not sure I had my intro totally set. And if you see my eyes darting around, it's because I'm like running the tech as we're doing this. But so far, I think it's pretty good. I mean, I'm loving being in the Goldbergs' living room. I know not to sit in Murray's chair,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm stroking Lucky, who's right over here. Can't see him.
Yeah, and I'm trying not to get in Bev's way right now in the kitchen. So I'm at the dining room table right now. She's making some great meals for Bev's Bites right now. So we're excited to be in here.
And hopefully people are watching along. Now, I know YouTube Live has a way of chatting, but we're just going to follow comments on Twitter. So tweet at Goldnerds, and if you can, use the hashtag Goldnerds Live, but you don't just need to use that, but use Twitter, because I think that's the one we're most likely to be able to follow.
Yeah, and we're on it right now. We're on it. Let us know what we're doing, what we can do better, what you want to know about the house, what it smells like. It smells heavenly,
Smells
I
like
would say.
parm.
Parm,
Very,
yeah.
very well parmed.
So much cheesy goodness, I say.
Yeah, it's great to see you.
Great to see you.
It's really exciting to be able to do this, and plus we get to talk about our favorite show, and I think that's a great thing.
What a way to kick off a Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. Talking about the Goldbergs.
Mm-hmm.
Should we get into
Yeah.
do we want to get into the episodes? Like, where do you want to start today?
Yeah, let's start with the episode. We haven't been on for a little bit. We've been on hiatus, which means the Goldnerds have been on hiatus. So let's talk about the last episode, Body Swap.
I love the body swap movies. Vice Versa, the one with Dudley Moore, I think that's called Father and Son, and Kirk Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one with Kirk Cameron? Now I'm all mixed up. I don't know.
I think Kirk Cameron is in the Dudley Moore one.
Okay, he's in the Dudley Moore one. I'll
Yeah.
never forget the scene of him rocking out to like MTV stuff while nobody's in the house, and then he acts as if he's just fixing the light bulb. I thought that was one of the smoothest like 80s fake outs. Like, not Ferris Bueller level, but still pretty good.
Yeah. Mine, I don't think mine counts. Like, big is what I would consider, but that's not really a body swap. He just grows big. So, but if it is in that genre, then I count it as my favorite.
Although I would easily take a big themed episode of the Goldbergs as well. Like,
Oh
we don't
my
need to
gosh.
stop here. I love that they decided to go body swap, not young and old, but they decided to do it between Barry and Jeff, because you had just like amazing contrast there. Like, if you did
Yeah.
Barry and Murray, it could have been fun, but a little predictable.
And they already kind of did that when in like season 1, Minnie Murray, when Barry goes to work at the furniture store. So they already kind of touched upon that body swap, but I really enjoyed him switching places with Jeff on this episode. Like you said, their personalities are so different. They're really yin and yang to a degree. So it was a perfect blend of them trying to step into each other's lives.
Yeah. Although with a decided lack for like plagiarism and any kind of legal rules. That was one of my like things that I was like concerned about the whole time. I was like, "Oh my goodness, are Barry and Jeff going to be kicked out of college?" Cuz I think like didn't James Franco like isn't there this rumor that James Franco like paid people to go to classes for him in Colombia? Wouldn't that be like a big scandal if you had people turning in
He
your
did he
homework for you?
really? I didn't know about
I don't know.
that.
That's like an urban legend, you know, but I feel like
Okay.
that's some if people are listening and they have a link to that story, here I am spreading unsubstantiated rumors about James Franco. But but my point is that you know, you went to a prestigious university.
Hmm.
At the prestigious university you went to, if your sister, just your sister, were
Yeah,
attending your classes and writing your work and handing them in.
I would be kicked out for like plagiarism or some academic reason. Like not that I probably not that my sister was attending for me, but like that she was doing the work for me. That has to be some sort of plagiarism that they would definitely kick me out for.
Yeah, it seemed the teachers were not fussed about that in this episode.
They
In fact,
weren't.
they were like, we can't wait to admit Jeff Schwartz into this school next year. Which
I know.
I mean, he's a great student. I'd want him in my school.
I want him in my
He's such a
school too.
mensch.
What a mensch. We love Jeff.
We love Jeff. We love Sam Lerner.
We're such learner heads over here at the Goldnerds.
Oh yeah, Lerner heads, Bev
Always
heads.
Bev heads, yep. All the heads.
Oh, we did get a question about so we have gotten a question via Instagram from
Okay.
Mama Too Many. Will you stop filming during the COVID-19 outbreak? One thing we want to reiterate to people is A, we are not actually on the set ourselves, and B, we are not actually on or affiliated with the creation of the show, although we are the official podcast. So any answers we give right now are not official, you know, Sony Studios or ABC answers. But Lons, you keep your finger on the pulse of
Hmm.
what's been going on. What have you heard?
According to Troy Gentile, who plays our beloved Barry, uh, the show must go on, as they say in show business, and so is the Goldbergs. We are still in production as of Friday. I haven't heard anything otherwise, and normally it would make the trades if production were to shut down, especially in this circumstance. So as of right now, we're still going strong, guys. And that's the dedication of all the Goldbergs, staff, writers, crew members, and of course our actors to continue on during these trying times. So honestly, just the most love for them. And I hope they stay safe.
And also they should do also what makes safe. What makes them safe and makes the people around them safe.
Mm-hmm.
So if they make the decision sometime between now and then, it's been a great season. I know I can wait for more Goldberg's episodes. You know, if it means keeping people safe. So if
Absolutely.
they shouldn't feel pressure from us or the fans, I don't think, to keep it going if they feel like they need to make changes to keep everybody safe. We've had a great season. Plus, there's still more episodes to come. I don't know how many they film in advance, but we still have some. And we also have like a huge library of amazing episodes to watch. So,
which we will get into today. So
exactly.
You're never going to be without a Goldbergs episode, guys. So, we're thankful right now that they're still in production, but hey, we have enough of a library, enough of a catalog to say, okay, they're staying safe. Let me self-quarantine with some of the best Goldbergs episodes, which we'll hit into later in the podcast. So
yeah,
stay tuned.
Exactly.
Something to look forward to.
And so back to Body Swap.
Yeah, Body Swap.
So okay, I went down my rabbit hole of like academic institutional issues. I realized it's a bit of a distraction. Where are you on the Body Swap?
I loved it. I think it was really eye-opening for both of them, maybe like a reality check for, I mean, more so Barry than Jeff, but just Barry. I know he has such confidence. I wouldn't say like unqualified confidence or like
boundless, unrefined, uncensored, unfiltered.
Yeah,
Barry always wins.
I love the confidence in him, but it was a nice reality check that maybe, that he could take a step back and realize, there's other people in the world, and he is not as awesome. I mean, he's awesome, but you want to stay humble always. You got to always stay humble is my thing. So I think it was nice for him to understand that maybe someone else is going to get the spotlight once in a while, and he can be okay with that. And I think that was an important lesson for him to learn this episode.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And do you think that Barry, do you think Barry, or what do you think Jeff learned about being in Barry's shoes? That's my big question.
That he is ready for college. I mean, this was like a huge step for him. He was doing great. He was getting A's. He was making friends, that he took a year off because he didn't know what he wanted to do with his life. But I think the point of college is to figure that out while you're having fun. It's not an either or. You're not supposed to like go into college having everything figured out and like you're on this one track path. But the point of college is that you don't know what's happening and like you don't know what's going to happen to you in the future. So like you're just trying to enjoy and live in the moment. So I think he learned that lesson, that he can just enjoy college and be great at school and have friends, and like life will figure itself out. So I'm really happy for Jeff. And I really like to see him succeed because he is kind of a punching bag a lot of times on this show, especially like dating Erica, and she's such a strong-willed personality. But it's really nice to see Jeff get a win for once in a while.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's give Haley a lot of love, because I think, she's been a main character so many times, but she really was in a supporting role this time, but
Mhm.
hilarious. Hilarious. Her bit at the end of the episode where she has to play Barry was
Yeah,
masterful. And Troy playing Barry, playing Erica, but also in character as Barry, was so
right.
great because he reacted exactly the way you would expect Barry to do it.
Yeah, masterful on Haley's part. I The way she came in, just what's up, bro? And then the way she was like, ew, don't call me your girlfriend or something like that. It was so great. Um, she did a great job playing Haley, playing Erica, playing Barry. I love when actors, I don't you're an Orphan Black fan, so it's like we
One of the best
love
shows of all time.
we love when, you know, an actor playing their character is playing another character, you know?
Oh yeah,
And
the
that
episodes
really
like where Allison is playing Cosima or
Cosima,
whichever
yeah.
other character.
Yeah, so it's really cool, and it's like really shows off your like acting intricacies to be able to play your character with their mannerisms, but also to realize that that character is acting out another character that has their own mannerisms. So it's like incorporating your own character's mannerisms, because it's not going to be a perfect like I'm straight up just Barry. No, you're Erica playing Barry. And to see those really delicate intricacies in like the mannerisms of both characters, excellent job for Haley, and excellent job for Troy on that. That last bit's probably one of the best like coda scenes that the show's
Oh
had.
yeah, absolutely 100% agree.
Mm-hmm.
So I have now seen some technical things. There are people, in fact, watching the live stream. So if you are out there watching right now, we would love to hear from you. I actually can see the chat box now. So I'm going to say hi. We love the Goldbergs. If you want to put a question in there or just say something to Lons, you can say something to me too, but Lons is the quicker on her feet. Then we're waving to you folks. Thank you for tuning in. This is so exciting.
Yeah, first ever live stream.
But we will post this afterwards also for people who missed it. Okay. So the A plot. What'd you think of the A plot?
Wow. If my mom made a food court lunchtime spot for me and my friends, why would I care to go out to lunch, you know?
Well, your mom is like amazing that way, right?
Yeah, she probably would.
Melans, which is what I call her. Mom and Lons hybrid together. Melans.
She is quite the bev when it comes to the kitchen. Um, Instead of, the typical East Coast food that Bev does, East Coast Jewish food, my mom does the Mexican food. So it's like
Ooh.
very much, tacos, taquitos, tostadas, all that stuff, homemade tortillas. We would have a Mexican feast. And I don't know, Adam, like you have it pretty sweet. All your friends love the Bev's Bites. So why not just give into it? It looked like a masterful feast.
Oh yeah, and I would say, sometimes you're thinking throughout the show, did this really happen? I was confident Bev's Bites really happened. That, like, in my mind, that is totally, because that's something my Jewish mother
Mhm.
absolutely would have done. She wouldn't necessarily named it after herself, but she's all about like making these things fun. And so making us like a buffet, or making it, doing some sort of themed type of activity for the kids and the food. Like my parents were really good about stuff like that. And so in my mind, like this was totally the kind of thing that would be done. Although in our house, our mother would have done more so the Cuban food. So we had arroz con pollo and gefilte fish. So that was essentially, that would be my mother's options that she would have given.
Okay. I'm glad we all have moms that would go the extra mile for us.
Oh yeah.
We're
Yeah.
really
I mean,
lucky.
how much would you love during this difficult period
Hmm.
to be trapped in the house with real life Beverly Goldberg? I mean, Beverly, if you are out there, I
Bev,
would love to be trapped in the house with you right now cooking.
I'd give my left arm for you, Beverly. Feed me.
Would so if you were to have Bev's Bites,
Hmm.
like a mall food specifically,
Mall food, Bev Bites, yes.
okay. If you were to have that, what's going in your mall food Bev Bites situation?
Okay. I'm going to start off with my favorite. It's either going to be an Aunt Annie's or Wetzel Pretzels, whichever mall you're in.
Ooh, interesting.
And
So
not only that, but I want regular pretzels and cheese, and I also want cinnamon pretzels with icing. Have to have
so
both types.
so for Aunt Annie's, which I've had many a time in a mall,
Hmm.
and I'm a soft pretzel guy coming from
Yes.
Philly. I am more of a specific company called the Philadelphia Pretzel Company. I've never seen it out, or the Philly Pretzel Company. I've never seen it outside of 30th Street Station in Philadelphia. So that's kind of like a mall. You can buy like a briefcase of the real Philly. They sell it in a briefcase. It comes in a carton, a briefcase of the real
Jeez.
Philly pretzels, and then they give you the cheese and the sauce and whatever. And I like the texture of those pretzels more. But if I am going to have Annie's, I almost feel like they're more of a pastry. So I'm with you, cinnamon icing all the way.
So good. My mouth is watering right now just thinking about it. Like I might go hop out to the mall and get some Aunt Annie's right now. That's how much it sounds so good. Um, okay, and then I'm gonna get a Sabaros. Is that how you say it? The pizza
Sbarro's,
place?
the pizza place.
Yeah. You gotta have pizza. Everyone's gotta have a pizza place. Sabaros is, the most well known, I'd say, in the mall. Um, then I'd get some what
While you're
is that?
thinking, I want to say a big hello to Chad. Chad just chimed in on YouTube. We
Hey
love you,
Chad,
Chad. Chad is like one of the best, most awesome gold nerds out there. It's great to see you're on, man.
we love you, Chad.
We love you.
Um, what is that Chinese restaurant that's all around everywhere?
Um, Panda Express.
Yeah, Panda Express. For sure have some Panda Express,
What's your order at Panda Express?
like teriyaki chicken with white rice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm like a Kung
pretty.
Pao guy. I love Kung Pao chicken.
We can have some Kung Pao at my Bev Bites.
Yeah, peanuts. I love the peanuts just mashed into everything. It's delicious. So there's this one place that does not exist anymore, but it existed in the Pentagon City Mall in Virginia. I have no idea if there were more than one of them. It was called Frank and Stein's, and it was like only different types of hot dogs and sausages. So you get like a kielbasa or a like more of like a German Wurst type sausage, and then it had all the different types of sauerkraut toppings. And I would go there and get like a massive whatever sausagey thing. Probably terrible for you, but that to me is like one of the lesser. That's probably like one of the premium options. You know, when you're
Yeah.
putting together your mall food court, and they give you the like, you can have a Panda Express, you can have a Sparrow, and then if you want to go extra obscure over here, check off Frankenstein's.
Ooh, I would get an orange Julius.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow, that's a good call. That's a good call. Where do
I
you come
love
down on Arby's? They have all the meats.
no Arby's for me. My
No.
grandpa took me there one time. I hated it. Made me sick, so I've never gone back. I've only had it with the one time.
Okay. That's totally. I mean, yeah. Once if you're gonna get sick, I can't say I've had Arby's a lot of times in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't there an episode where Barry or Murray say they have all the meats?
Yeah, that sounds right. If I were to get a sandwich, I would go to Subway. Subway's I still eat Subway
Me
like all
too.
the
I
time.
eat Subway all the time. Subway
So
is a staple for me.
yeah, it's a staple for me. So I gotta put it in my Bev Bites. Just get like a nice like a few footlongs. Um, I get like the teriyaki chicken. I'm really into teriyaki chicken.
Clearly,
um,
the teriyaki chicken. No, that's pretty good.
yeah.
I actually, this is a good life hack for everybody. We'll go
Okay.
back to talking about the Goldbergs in a minute. But
Yeah.
what I do is I'm all about ordering a different thing every time and trying to recreate sandwiches that already exist. So what I do is I'll get a turkey on wheat, but like a little bit healthier. So I'll get like a turkey on wheat. You can do this with white as well.
Mhm.
And you can go deluxe or double meat turkey if you want to. I usually go regular or deluxe. Then you get provolone. You
Mm.
have them toast it with pickles and you put mustard on it. And you essentially have, or you do a ham turkey split. And then you essentially have a Cuban sandwich or a medianoche. But like
Wow.
a little bit healthier for you than if you were to order one out at like La Carreta or something like that in Miami.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, that's one of my go-tos. Add a little salt and pepper. I need salt and pepper on all Subway sandwiches because I need that flavor jacked up.
I put salt and pepper on literally everything I eat. Salt is my favorite food.
That is my favorite flavor as well.
Oh yeah. And then my last Bev Bites is a local restaurant in SoCal. It's called Rubio's Fresh Grill. It's like a fish grill. So it's San Diego fish food, which is like a Mexican fish food combo fusion. So I'd get some fish tacos, some beans, some rice, some tortillas. Yeah. Good fish tacos at Rubio's.
And we're confident that if Bevy was our mother, she would be able to make all of these with no question.
Absolutely. I mean, she already makes the shrimp parm, so it's like, is that the same as like fish tacos? I feel like it is.
I mean, I never thought of it that way. I never came to that conclusion.
If she can cook shrimp parm, she can cook a basic fish taco. I have faith in her.
That's true. And she just, that like she lives to make her kids happy. So she would, if Adam said for Bev Bites today, could you make me filet mignon or something like that? Bev would be all over it.
Oh yeah.
Were you able to leave high school to go to lunch?
We were. Well, actually, I don't think the school was, but me and my friends were because we like kind of owned the school, like not literally, but we
You
had it.
ruled the school.
Yeah, we kind of had it really easy, so like we could leave campus whenever we wanted. Under the moniker that we were on yearbook staff and we had to do yearbook related activities that required us to leave campus.
That sounds like an episode of the Goldbergs right there.
So yeah, we would go to like Starbucks when we wanted to. We would go to Subway a lot. Yeah, so I don't think it was actually allowed, but we always did and we were fine. So I would say yes, we went out to lunch a lot.
Starting in 7th grade, we were allowed to leave the
Oh,
premises for
wow.
lunch. Yeah, I
How are
mean,
you
look, my parents put me on a city bus when I was 7. I lived in Canada growing up. So even though I was
okay,
so like different
that makes
rules,
a difference.
different
Yeah,
rules. But we'd go to
Canada
the
rules.
we'd go to the McDonald's on Queen Mary Road, load up. Sometimes we'd eat 2 lunches, like we'd eat lunch at school and then be like, "Oh, let's go out for lunch now," because we were teenagers, we were invincible. Everyone has
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It was a real JTP kind of moment.
Oh yeah, I was definitely a JTP member. Just life at my fingertips back in high school.
What if you were so if you were quarantined?
Okay, our Cornberg episode, as
Yeah,
we call it.
Cornberg, right? So we're if you're quarantined with one of the main cast characters,
Hmm.
who do you want to be with? Not the real life version, but like who do you want to be with for a month, let's say?
I'm gonna have to go with Bev because I'm spoiled and I would like her to wait on me hand and foot. Um, kind of like my mom. So like she would cook for me because I don't really cook for myself. Um, and with like grocery stores shutting down right now and all that hubla hubla, I would love for her to cook for me. And then like, you know, she'd just make sure like my house is clean. Like I wouldn't have to clean my house. She'd clean up after me. She'd clean my clothes. She'd wash my, sheets. She'd do it all for me. So, and I wouldn't get tired of her because I'm that spoiled that I would rather be waited on than like annoyed that she's always around. So I'm gonna have to go with Bev.
Okay. I I'm gonna go with Adam
Oh, interesting.
because when I think about times where not the same, but like I would think about it, there was this 1997, there was a ice storm in Montreal, and we couldn't go out for weeks. There was no power. It was nuts. And I remember holding up with one of my good friends, and I remember it being a lot of fun to have someone who had similar interests of you to hang out with the whole time.
Hmm.
And I feel like with Adam, if I were going to be stuck inside for a month, we'd just have so much awesome stuff to do. We'd watch movies, we'd make movies, maybe do some like Weird Al karaoke. I don't really know. And I just feel like that would be so entertaining that we'd have such a good time that we'd have to fend for ourselves because TV show Adam is not able to do that much for himself.
Right.
So it's probably going to be a lot of hot pockets. But at the same time, I think like in terms of activities, going with Adam himself would be a lot of fun. Now, real Adam, I don't want you to be freaked out. I know he's probably listening this far into the podcast episode.
Yeah. Hi, Adam. How are you? Um,
What about the side characters?
well, I just a quick addendum. Are we living in quarantine in today's world or in the 80s?
I would say the 80s.
Ooh. So like TV's limited. We don't have Netflix. We don't have streaming. Because
I mean, I get
I was thinking like I could just chill out, watch Netflix all day while Bev just waits on me.
that's
Um, but
fair.
if but if there's no TV, there's only so many stations on in the 80s. I could
But
get bored really
but there's a
quickly.
big VHS collection in their house,
That's true.
right?
That's true.
Adam's probably rented something from West Coast Video that he hasn't returned yet.
Okay. All right. I still stick with Bev.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want you to feel like pressure. What about the side characters though? Which non-main cast, like so non in the build at the opening of the show?
Definitely my girl Lainey. I think we could jam out together. I think we have the most in common and like we would be like really good friends in real life. So we would just like have fun hanging out, like doing girl things like painting nails and crimping our hair, talking about boys. I think it would just would be really chill and like having my best friend over, and I'd never get tired of my best friend. So I choose Lainey, my girl McDLT.
Okay, so that's a good one. That's a really good one. I would say this is tough. I'm thinking like, I don't want to pick one JTP member, so I can't say JTP. So I'm eliminating the JTP because I don't know
Wow.
which one I would pick.
Okay.
Although I think of the three that are there, Matt Bradley and I like a lot of the same music, so that could be a possibility. At one point I would have said Valley Erica. We haven't seen her in a while, so I'm not feeling as attached. So I'm gonna go with none other than Johnny Atkins.
Woo! What a pick.
Because we'd rock out to Rush, we'd jam. It would be a lot of fun. And we've met real Johnny Atkins and virtually, and he's so awesome. So I realize I didn't say the real characters, but I am influenced by the fact that real Johnny Atkins has come on the podcast. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Speaking of real people that we know, Jackie Geary. Johnny Atkins. Sorry.
Too late. You already said Johnny Atkins. Too late.
Oh, man. Well, in real life, it's Jackie Geary because she's so cool.
Well, in real life, I'm going to choose AJ.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
So.
And okay, so this is the big moment.
All right, big moment. Also, Goldnerds, why don't you hit us with who you would be quarantined with and why, please, and we'll let the viewers know what you said. Big moment. What are your top 5 episodes that you would be stuck quarantined with?
Oh, you want mine right now? Okay.
Yeah.
So here they are. Okay, so I went for, and specifically in this appearance, I want like a cozy hug. I know every episode's a cozy hug, but like I'm not going towards Mr. Knifey Hands in this one. I'm not going towards Weird Al, which is one of my all-time favorite episodes because it's kind of a sad one. So I'm gonna go with number 1, Dirty Dancing, because for me, I live for Jerrica, and
you do.
And it is one of the great Jerrica moments when they look at each other when he's gone full Swayze that to me just warms my heart every time. This is the one that has Troy doing the Footloose dance, which is absolutely incredible.
So good.
Captain Confetti. Everything about that episode is perfection. It's amazing. So I love that one. You have Erica acting like Bev. I mean, you just have so much great stuff. Okay. Then I am going with the Daryl Dawkins dance because as much as we live for Jerrica, we live for Blaney.
Blaney forever.
And when that's Officer and a Gentleman one, right?
No, it's not actually.
Oh no,
Officer and a Gentleman
that's a Halloween
one is the 100th episode.
Oh, that's the 100th episode. No, but Daryl Dawkins dance is when they admit that they're going out.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So that one. Yeah, Daryl Dawkins dance. That one's amazing. I love that episode. That's the Optimus Prime episode. Also, that's the one with Pops, where Adam's worried about Pops, and I love the heartwarming relationship there. Then, man, this is Blaney heavy. Living on a Prayer. To me, Living on a Prayer.
Snaps for you. Snaps for you.
I think like it's never going to be my number 1. My number 1 is usually circles around Rush or Dirty Dancing or anything like that. But Living on a Prayer to me is the quintessential Goldbergs episode.
Yeah.
It has the triumph. It has a little bit of everything. And it has that hope, the first kiss. It's just amazing. And it has Barry doing karate while he dances. Which is just like
and it has Bon Jovi,
Yeah, that's true. So here's my deep cut. And then so let's say and I got to put Rush in there because Rush is just my favorite episode. That's the episode I watch over and over and over again. It has Adam's birthday party. It has just everything about that's amazing. Then I'm going to go with, here's my deep cut, Stefan King.
Okay, I love that episode.
And the reason why I go with Stefan King is that when you talk about warm hug episode, is that to me is one of the best ones about Adam and Bev and their relationship, and Bev believing in Adam. And to me, that is just, to me, that is like it's almost like the Adam F. Goldberg origin story within the origin story episode. And that one to me is like so inspiring. And so those are the 5 that I would go with, that's gut. I didn't do like extensive research. And it's also no coincidence those are in the like season 3 to 5 range, or 2 to 5. Like, that's part of the era when I first got into the show. And I think there's always something special about when you're really first digging into a show.
What season is your favorite? Did you say it's 3?
It'll always be 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't 3 is because 3 is the season. 2 is the first season I watched like many episodes of, but 3 is the season where I truly fell in love. The Weird Al episode, the Rush episode, 12 tapes for a penny, all that stuff.
Yeah, so okay, my top 5. I'm gonna go in reverse order, starting with number 5. Season 5, Let's Val Kilmer This Car. Spoiler alert, my episodes all involve Blaney because I am the captain of that ship, and I'm choosing episodes I rewatch the most, and of course I rewatch Blaney episodes the most. I love a good proposal. I don't care if you are a junior in high school and a senior in high school. I don't care. A proposal is a proposal.
You believe in love. Lons believes in love.
I believe in love. I love love. Okay. And this is such a great moment for them. We end on such a high. I was honestly crying when I first saw this episode. And the second time I saw this episode, I was crying still. I just love when Blaney are together. So Val Kilmer This Car. Number 4, I'm gonna go with Living on a Prayer. The first time they got together, Blaney. Just the innocence of them, and most importantly, that talk they had, that real like connection where Blaney steps up as a friend and someone that he could trust. And
you're Barry you're Barry Goldberg.
Yeah. I think that's such a sweet moment.
If Blaney doesn't end up together in school, I'm not saying you negate all of it, because there's different moments in people's lives and whatever. But like when I think about Living on the Prayer, I have a harder time with any dissolution of Blaney in real life.
Yeah. And it shows you that, did they come out of nowhere? Maybe. But that talk was a good reason why they did not come out of nowhere. That they had known each other their whole lives, that she's always been around, that she's always been in the background, noticing his moves and noticing his karate and his rap. So, to an untrained eye, I say they came out of nowhere, but to me, a trained eye, I would say a profesh in the love of Blaney, they were always going to be endgame because they were always intertwined in their lives. So like Living on a Prayer is just a perfect example of their pure innocence and like their culmination of years of growing up together. Number 3, I'm going to go with Cowboy Country.
Wow. Oh,
yeah.
Cool. All right.
I love Cowboy Country. First time we get Bill and Murray together. Bill Murray. Those two play off each other so well, and it's really
Keckner's amazing.
Keckner's so great, and he is like such a protective dad of Blaney in this episode too, or of Laney specifically. And the way that Murray steps up for Barry and was like, let's go get your girl, like, because he likes Laney more than the Eagles, which is so astonishing to Murray that he's like, okay, let me help my son out. And, that was kind of the first like Merlution, I'd say, is him.
Whoa, that's a bold statement. That's right. We're talking about early signs of the Murray-lution.
Getting up off of his couch, choosing his son over the Eagles, making a bold statement like that, cawing in front of Keckner was just amazing. Caw. Yeah, I love Cowboy Country. And also it's a great Blaney episode that she is going behind her father's back to see him. It's very Romeo and Juliet. But yeah. Second favorite episode is Daryl Dawkins' dance for obvious reasons. Especially when he wants to ask Lainey out to the wants Lainey to ask him to the Daryl Dawkins dance, and she's like, they're talking through the people of the lockers, and he's like, but I was gonna bring my cardboard box for you so he could break dance.
My other favorite moment in that episode is when Lainey says, when Erica says it's the Sadie Hawkins dance, and he says, no, it's the Daryl Dawkins dance because the ball is in your court.
In your court.
And she just sort of was like, oh, that actually makes sense.
It actually does make sense.
I would like, let me just chime in for a moment and say, Chad has chimed in and says he agrees with you that Bev is the person to be with in quarantine.
Thank you, Chad.
And Chad would know he is an expert, and I respect, even if I don't agree, I respect, as we've shown on Twitter in our conversations with people we disagree with, we respect those. But also, you guys, you're well schooled in Goldbergsness.
Okay.
So
you ready?
Yeah.
My number one episode of all time, Barry Goldberg Day Off.
Oh, I knew it was gonna be that because you love Ferris Bueller. That is like a meta meeting of your favorite things. Ooh,
yeah.
My green screen is. Look at that. Woo.
That's crazy. Yeah, Ferris Bueller is my favorite 80s movie. And I just also the way that when we've talked to Adam before about this episode, it took over a month for them to shoot this episode because it was such a big production.
Oh wow.
The attention to detail of this episode was so fantastic. It was their first movie homage that got the treatment. I mean, I know the Goonies did season 1, but this was they changed the Chiron to the Ferris Bueller Day font. They went to the details with the jackets and the outfits, and it was a perfect blend of something that would totally happen, Bev getting a part-time job and at the Krem's flower store, and then Adam wanting to record everything. It was the perfect blend, like you said, very meta for me because I just love Ferris Bueller, but it also has some Blaney in it because he win back Laney, and they realize that they're public and everything. So it was a good episode for Blaney, but overall, it's my favorite movie homage that they've done.
I will always love that episode because I know how much Ferris Bueller makes you happy.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. I was looking over what are the movies I'm going to watch during this. I have this idea that in this period where our kids are off from school, every evening or every other evening, we'll watch a movie that they've never watched before, which has mixed results, but but a lot of them are 80s movies. And,
yeah.
And they argue a little bit, and then they watch it, and then they but this is the chance, because when they're older, they're not going to go back and watch 80s movies. Maybe, but I don't think so. This is the chance to instill that childlike wonder in them.
Right. So have they seen Ferris Bueller?
No, Ferris Bueller for little kids is I think little kids don't get it, but for me, it is among the darker movies. I think the
interesting.
I think the John Hughes movies are pretty dark.
And
it's funny because I'll show my kids, I showed them Lord of the Rings when they were tiny, but Ferris Bueller deals with some pretty heavy concepts, particularly with respect to Cameron.
Yeah.
And I'm not 100% sure that my kids are old enough to get it, but I can't show them The Breakfast Club. I have shown them, I would say I'm not actually sure. Even Home Alone, which is also a John Hughes movie, right? Or it's John Hughes produced, written, it's directed by Chris Columbus, but
I think he wrote it.
Even that one, my younger child to get a little bit scared of. But that one I would say is your most kid friendly off the top of my head. So they haven't.
Well, there's Beethoven. There's Beethoven.
Oh, Beethoven is his?
Yep.
Does the dog die?
I don't think so.
No, maybe the dog just maybe it reproduces. I don't know. I just remember that by the end there was like Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, where like they were naming every movie after a symphony that he did.
Yeah.
And anyways, well, I'll check. Maybe we'll check out Beethoven. They do like animal-based movies.
Okay. So yeah, those are my top five. Man, the quarantine is, we don't want to talk too heavy about it, but it's tough. But at least we have the Goldbergs. We have how many episodes? Like 130 something now to
Some
watch.
we hit 100 in season 5,
Yeah,
and we're on season 7. So yeah, it's like 130 something. And we've got episodes of Goldbergs and Schooled coming up, right?
we do. So finally we're off our hiatus, Gold Nerd family. This week we have a fish story for Goldbergs. You know, Adam and Murr are supposed to go on a fishing trip, but at the request of Bev, but neither of them like the outdoors, so they fake a video of them in the wilderness that goes awry, obviously. And then the B storyline is Erica joins an a cappella group, but is quickly backfires when she tries to take over the group, like when she did with Lainey and her band.
Oh yeah, this is a consistent. I think like Erica has grown as a student. She's grown as a girlfriend. I think now she has to grow as a leader and a member of a team. I think
Yeah,
that's the next phase in Erica's growth as a person.
I absolutely agree with you. We all know she's very talented, but she thinks that because her talent she thinks because of her talent that it translates to being a leader, and that's not necessarily true. It's not necessarily the most talented person that's a good leader, but a good teammate is a good leader. So good revolution that she needs to go through. And then on School, another kind of singing thing on School, the Lainey kind of realizes that Wilma may have a better singing voice than her, and she gets jealous of that.
Oh
So
wow,
yeah, so
I love Wilma. By the way, I think Wilma
oh,
is one of
Wilma
the
was a excellent
huge,
addition,
huge
huge
additions.
help. Um, yeah, so Lainey has to kind of, I mean, Lainey is the singing teacher, and she must think that she's the best if she's the teacher. And then, here comes a science teacher who has better, voice, a better voice than her. So something that she struggles with. And then um, Coach Coach Miller and Julie kind of fight over how to parent Toby. And that's a B storyline. So that's what we have coming up for the Goldbergs
I
and
like
School.
Nurse Julie, and I like the elaboration of challenges for Coach Miller. I think that's a great part of the show. I think
Yeah,
that
I
that
agree.
is I enjoy that. I enjoy that we don't have to deal. I mean, maybe they'll have a baby, and I like the idea of Coach Miller having a baby. I rarely like a baby plot, but Coach
Uh-huh.
Miller with the challenges of taking care of a baby, like that's a show in itself. That's something I'm watching no matter what. Brian Callen doing
Absolutely.
that, but I am enjoying the Nurse Julie love story, and if you think back to what was it, Singled Out, and every answer he gives
Here
is
was
Nurse
Nurse
Julie.
Julie. I would say that if they have a baby, we would get the best episode of Three Men and a Baby with him,
Oh yes.
Glascott, and CB. Like
Oh my goodness.
that
That
should
would
be
be
a spinoff on itself.
I hope you guys are paying attention out there, Goldnerds, right? Goldberg's writers.
We're writing the show for you. You're welcome. Let's get a baby in the mix and have Three Men and a Baby. I'm telling you.
Oh, could you imagine also the recreation of the cover? You know, that cover with Tom
Oh
Selleck
yeah.
holding the baby, and they're like, I would just love the idea of CB and Glasgow. Although I wouldn't mind Coop being in there because I like Coop.
I do like Coop, but he's been playing more of a side character.
That's
He
true.
hasn't stepped up in a way that I thought he would,
Yeah, I'd like to see a
especially
little
with
more of him.
Wilma. Yeah, I'd like to see a little more of him too, and explore his friendship with CB a little bit more.
I mean, I understand why. I guess Wilma takes up a lot of the place that Liz Fleming did in season 1. Like if
Uh-huh.
you look at the way the like characters are configured and the storylines are, and I think Liz Fleming is awesome, and I enjoyed the whole episode about them dressing for school and all of that. But but I think Wilma was one of those missing ingredients we really need.
Oh yeah, and as we know, school has been crushing it this season.
Crushing it.
Tit for tat with the Goldbergs. So I'm excited to see more. We have, oh man, what episode are we on?
17, 18?
17, I think. So we have about 6 more episodes left.
Wow. So when do we hear about renewals? I mean, in a normal year without the sort of strange circumstances.
We're going to hear about it in May.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So it's not like it hasn't happened yet and we should be worried in March.
No.
Okay. That's good. You always know the industry stuff so well.
Mm-hmm. So we'll hear about it in May. And I'm pretty confident this year, especially with Modern Family leaving. Huge hole to fill. The Goldbergs have been performing. And so is Schooled. So I'm not worried about either show this year.
That's great.
Yeah. I think we're solid getting another season.
I'd love to see Schooled get at least one more season, if not make it to 100 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd love to see it make it to 100 episodes. Because I think that if it's going to keep getting better at the rate that it's been getting better and the groove that it's been in, like if I think about the fact that my favorite season of the Goldbergs is still the 3rd season, like how great is Schooled going to be in season 3?
Exactly. I'm excited. And so should you guys. So new episode this Wednesday for Goldbergs and Schooled. New episodes the following week too. And we'll get into that next week. But yeah. Anything else, Shy?
No, I'm so grateful we tried this out. I'm so grateful people chimed in and listened and sent messages and questions. And we're going to repost it on YouTube for people to see. And I'll pull the audio down and we'll release it as a Goldbergs episode, a Goldnerds episode.
Perfect.
And this has been like just an amazing way of reaching out and being part of the community. If people enjoyed this, we can try to do it again. It's not something I think we can do all the time, but I think it's something that when we have the opportunity, we should try to do. And but I'd love to know if folks would love to see us do it again. Then that makes it even more exciting.
Yeah, please let us know. How can they let us know? Shy, what are your handles?
If they'd like to reach out to me personally, at Pancake4Table, that's pancake and the number 4 table on Twitter and Instagram, and I guess YouTube too, or Pancake for the Table on YouTube, which is where this will be posted because that is the channel that I have to post things on. And then I'm also every week on the Friday Night Movie Podcast with my sisters, which you and Ash have been guests on before, and hopefully again soon.
And I'm Lons. You can find me at PK Prime 12 at Twitter and Instagram. This has been a Goldnerds live stream. You can find us at the Goldnerds on Instagram, at Goldnerds on Twitter, at thegoldnerds.com. All those, you know where to hit us up. And I can't wait for another new week coming up in a few days. So we'll see you soon, Gold Nerd family. JTP out.
Have a spring. Have an Ides of March.
Ides of March. There it is.
Have an Ides of March.
Have an Ides of March.
JTP out.
JTP out.
I'm going to end the live stream now-ish. Hold on. Stop live stream. Later, guys. Thanks for tuning in.